Well, today was a very interesting day. I loved it. I know many of you did too, because we got to see, finally, attorney, well, it's attorney, ADA attorney. Yeah, you see, I can't even say it because I don't even feel he qualifies or ranks as an attorney, but it's the assistant DA Adam Lally was on the stand today in the Myles King case. Myles King, for those of you who don't know, was charged with unaliving someone in 2021, and he sat in the pokey for quite some time. Today's hearing was an evidentiary hearing. The attorney for Myles King is Rosemary Scapaccio, I think. Pardon me if I did not say that correctly. But I'll tell you what, I would not want to be on the receiving end of her. She ate Lally's lunch and more on the stand. They did not get to Proctor today, but the idea is they had a lot of evidence that they just didn't turn over, that they just thought wasn't, well, they just didn't think it was important enough. And Proctor is giving Lally these incomplete and insufficient warrants and affidavits and evidence and blah, blah, blah. Enough is enough. The corruption runs deep, and we are here once again. Hello, everyone. I am Lady Zelda. This is Seeing Crime, and I'm so glad that you're here. We are talking about ADA Adam Lally today. He needs to get used to being on the stand because I think there's more coming down the pack, yes. And he will be back in court in August, answering more. Proctor did not get on the stand today, but you can bet they're going to call him. This is a total mess, and we're going to see what comes out of this, because I got to tell you what, this whole thing, it just has the circle of life. There's so much going on with this, the circle of life. And if Lally is the star boy for the attorney's or the district attorney's office in Norfolk, oh boy. Oh boy. Today we have the Kipper. We have what lies beneath. We have the mythic tarot, and we have our friend, the fire element Cartomancy. We're going to put these to the side. I'm just going to draw out a few cards here because we want to see where this is going. Because what they've done now is they're bringing forth, and it's hitting the news now, but will the media report this correctly? No, they won't. They won't. Let's see what the first cards have to say. We're asking now about Adam Lally. We want to know. Give us details. Is there something that we are not aware of? Let us know. They don't want to hear it. Kick to the curb. Oh, investigating. Caution. You know, I'm going to say this. I don't think Morrissey will kick Adam Lally to the curb, but I think there's going to be a lot of demands come to that office where Lally needs to be reprimanded. This goes beyond. It just goes beyond. They don't want to hear it, meaning Morrissey, all these dudes, decorated dudes, don't want to hear this. The way they've been investigating things is a shoddy piece of joke. And caution proceeding on, meaning I think everybody gets it now, because it's not only going to be this case questioned. We're going to put, okay, we've got the Kipper here. Show us in the Kipper. Show us in the Kipper. Eating Lally's lunch. This is Lally tonight, because all eyes are on him. More than what you think. More than what meets the eye. Lovers. Unexpected income. Imprisonment. Okay. So there are other cases. It keeps bringing to mind, and I keep hearing the Walsh case, Brian Walsh. I think that's his first name, the Walsh case. But this Myles King sat in jail for a long time. Did he do it? I don't know. We're supposed to presume them as being innocent. However, should he sit in jail waiting for these people to straighten up and fly right? There's Queen of Pentacles. I got to tell you, that is Karen. And I know she was watching today, along with her team. And by the way, they did file a motion, the defense team, on June 15th, for her to be able to move about freely and not have to check in with probation anytime she wanted to go away and extend any visits. How much you want to bet she's going to go to California for a bit? I hope she just goes and relax. And because it is time for her to relax. Four of Pentacles. They're holding on tightly. Oh, yes. I love that. Let's see. The Hanged Man. Very good. Eight of Cups. I'm wondering if Myles King is going to walk away. I'm going to say that Brian Walsh, is that his first name? Anyway, Walsh. Anna Walsh. They have not found her. I think there is a great possibility of him walking away because of the fumbling coming out of this investigative office of the Norfolk DA. This is, okay. The Queen of Pentacles is Karen. She is holding on to all of this because there's more for her to come. And I got to tell you, this is the Hanged Man. And usually when this comes about, it is an indication that looking at something through a different perspective. And I know that that's what's going on with them today. Looking at things with a different perspective. Now, this is very interesting. This is a card of walking away, and it's on top of the imprisonment card. Question now, out there to the cosmic unknowns and to the guides who are known, how many people are going to walk away because of the fumbling of these credentialed so-called professionals that are doing these investigations and putting people away on warrants that they don't have and should have, and all of these other things, with these cocky cops who are going to get on the stand and feel it's okay that they can bend the rules and do whatever they want to do in the name of justice with zero morals. There has to be someone, the head of this snake, that needs to be dealt with. Ten of Pentacles, that's correct. The Ten of Pentacles is picking your life up. That is Karen. Picking your life up. It's all about family. All about getting to live again and somewhat retiring. Now, I don't believe that Karen is going to retire. But I want you to notice how this transcends and transports through many cases, and it's because it is affecting so many cases. The Myles King case came before Karen. That tells me that there's so much more out there that we don't even know yet. This would not have been brought to any attention whatsoever if it weren't for Karen Reed bringing to the attention of all this shenanigans. So what does this mean? Despair. This is Lally tonight. All eyes are on Lally. Forget about Proctor. Forget about Tully. Forget about Buchanan. Forget about all of these dudes. The lover's card. That is a commitment. That is the commitment. And you see the two birds. Messages. Communication. There was none. There is none. Under this hanged man is the unexpected income. Well, there's going to be more cases pop up. Watch and see. Because now, and I've said this for a very, very long time, there are going to be lawyers sifting through the jails, seeing who they could actually get out on this technicality of this office. And this could potentially get out of hand. And they've got to follow the letter of the law. Think about it. If they go back to these cases, what happens if you hire an attorney and this attorney goes back to the Norfolk Police Department and and the DA's office, and they don't have the evidence anymore? They don't have what they said they have and all this. Do you remain in jail? That's a good lawyer question. We'll have to ask Attorney Melanie Little when we can. But it's unexpected income of more. Okay, so I want to qualify this lover's card. I want to qualify the lover's card because the lover's card is on kick to the curb. I think Lally is very concerned. He doesn't want to hear about everything. He's in the news again. Imagine. Worldwide. Messiest mess. Oh, this is a destiny. Do you remember how many times we have talked about Karen Reed and even Turtle Boy? Their lives are destined and destiny over these cases. If it weren't for them, we would never know. It's not like there's not corruption around us in every walk of life. But sometimes you just got to face things head on and find out about it. And that's exactly what they've done. A destiny card. May the wheel go round. And believe me, this wheel of fortune can be very dark. And it is not on the upswing for Lally and the DA's office, nor for the MSP. It's not on the upswing. Okay, so now I want to qualify. Tell me about this hanged man. Tell me about the hanged man. Tell me about the hanged man, please. Knight of Wands. I love this because you see this beautiful knight on, I'm going to say Pegasus I think it's a little romantic. Knight of Wands on Pegasus is a fire element, and look at the action, and he is racing into fruition. He's racing into, leaping and jumping into, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen now, because my darlings, we are in Mercury retrograde, and that brings things to the forefront. Look at what has happened so far, and my darlings, just wait. There is more to come. This Knight of Wands is a collective knight of many entities, many defense teams, many lawyers jumping in on the bandwagon, onto the Wheel of Fortune and saying, hey, what about my client? There's a lot of energy there. The Norfolk DA's office needs to be aware. And look at this, the Five of Swords. Taking a position, and the swords are thoughts, but there also can be legal, and they also are communication. So these people are taking a position. How interesting. Let's see. What does the Cartomancy have to say? An interference. Yes, we know that. Oh my goodness. Can we get any darker? Of course we can. What a joke, right? And on the bottom of the deck we have this. So look at the darkness. It's no joke. These are the only two cards, and believe me, in the whole, I mean, this one is the best one, believe it or not, out of all of them, but this is a legal card. The diamonds are the same as swords in my way of reading. They are thoughts, communication, and this is near this Joker and this Five of Swords. Normally this Nine of Diamonds means that you're making a good progress at work. However, with this card and with this card, your progress is upside down. The Joker means that there are big things, big secrets, big reveals, and watch for it, because you're going to see it. It's going to start. This is snowballing, my darlings. That's what this is all about. The Five of Swords staying here. Look, it's this making a stand, declaring a win, making a stand. This is not good for Lally, especially. He's the one on the hot seat. For Proctor's Proctor. So are all the other guys. It should have been Lally taking a direction and saying, where are the warrants? Where are all this information? Where is all this? Instead of just saying, like I always say, walking in the room, eating a banana like a primate. Doesn't have his mind on anything else. Well, now, look at here, right? Look here. These are very interesting cards together. This is why I love the Cartomancy deck. These two cards together, my darlings, this means a triangle. What else does this card mean? A conspiracy. Allegedly, supposedly. Now, I'm not a lawyer, not medical. You know that. I am a tarot reader. That's what this card means. It is a influence and interference from a third party that is not good at all. Oh my goodness. Now here is a very interesting thing about this Three of Spades. It is not only that card of conspiring, allegedly, supposedly, but it is a card of interference and a card that means that things are blocked by others. Now that becomes very interesting around all this, right? Because who is blocking what information from whom? Why is the information being blocked and getting out? Is it Lally? Is it the Norfolk DA's office? Is it internally in the MSP? Where is this problem? This is not only an interference from a third party coming in, but it's an interference coming out. So meaning it could allegedly, supposedly mean that there is an interference from, could it be the DA's office and the MSP actively interfering? I'll leave that question open. This is a card of general worries, concerns. It is being in a position where you're disappointed by many, many other people. But it's also a card that says curb your imagination. Now, who's imagining a few things? Well, I'm going to say I think that it takes a pretty hefty imagination to feel that you're secure and okay to be able to continue to work like this in the law field and not be questioned. This particular card, the Six of Hearts coming out strong, is a card of sacrifice. And it means living life the way you want. That's interesting, isn't it? Making things happen the way they think they should happen. But coming by this is interesting. Coming near this Nine of Diamonds here, because it can mean a holiday. I wonder if someone is going to get rehomed or suspended or something like that. And then we come over here to this side of the gamut. And this particular card is probably it is the worst card that you can pull in the Cartomancy. And this particular case, or in instance, and it can mean many different things. It can mean a difficulty in getting acclimated to or getting your point across in a situation. It is definitely the no card. It is definitely a depression and definitely lack of movement and momentum. And it is also the Prison card. Imagine you've got that on this end and this on this end. I need a few more cards. We're going to leave this out. What's here is this change of jobs. Oh my goodness. Need for change of jobs. Work is at question. Oh my. All right, so I want to clarify this card, the Nine of Diamonds. Clarify that for us, please. Clarifying the Nine of Diamonds. Three of Clubs. A stability, a preface into going something, a plan, as in financial plan to make something happen. Next card, a fulfillment of a particular situation. And that is money worries. So what this tells me is his stability is going to be questioned. And because his stability is questioned, this card comes out. This commitment, the fulfillment, working through possibly a contract, being able to possibly retire soon. But having the money worries means, and it can mean help with money worries. And that's what I'm wondering. Is it help to say, you maybe retire because the next thing you're going to be saying is, would you like fries with that burger? And I'm thinking that it's going to go in that direction, that we're going to see some changes in the Norfolk. And just say, oh, look, the tired Lally needs a rest. He needs this. He needs that. And they're going to moving around. There's some people looking behind the scenes that they're very concerned about. Okay, this may be a stretch, but I'm going to point it out. 1983, and it's over Karen. So 1983. That's the RICO law. I guess. I'm not a lawyer, but that's what it is. This is a card of gambling to the point where it becomes a total challenge. Gambling knowing that there's only a small win. Is it worth the gamble? Changes in the way of life. 1983. Well, my darlings, we've got a lot to look forward to with Lally. There's more coming. We had a good day legally. I'm confident of that. Let's pull one more card. A partnership, sharing responsibility and sharing part of the work responsibility. Yeah, I'm going to tell you, I think Lally is going to try to throw Proctor under the bus. That's what this looks like. And then Proctor's already gone. And then it will be Lally making this much needed rest. That's what it looks like, my darlings. Thanks so much for being here. Wow, much love to you. Yeah, lump sum of money, so it looks like there's, if sometimes if you retire, you can take a lump sum. I'm not going to read anything into that particular part. I'm really digging this 1983. All of this information, they're taking particular notes, and they're going to be working through that. This right here. This is all a part of the destiny. Thank you so much, my darlings. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Please join. I'm going to have some members only coming through very, very soon. Things are heating up again, and I'll definitely announce when I'm going live again. Some special guests. Definitely Saturday night at 7 p.m., maybe sooner. Thanks a lot, my darlings, for being here, being with me. And as always, we are seeing crime, and thank God Karen is freed. I'll see you all soon. Bye for now.